we are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Unfortunately, Cardi B and Parson Fontaine are getting exposed. Tooted Up has gotten bots removed from their streams. Wow. Not shocked, because Cardi B is known for having bots. But unfortunately, Tooted Up had over half of its stream removed. I believe it was Monday, following Payola 5 making changes to many songs' lifetime stream counts. The song now has 1.1 million streams, and it previously had 3 million. Okay? So the bots are at it again. Okay? Getting dropped like flies. Now, with that being said, we previously discussed Cardi B being removed out of the top 10 most streamed female rapper list on Payola 5 due to her bots getting removed. Doechii is currently at number 1. And I think Nicki's at number 2. Doja Cat, she's top 5. And Scratch Off and Ice Spice, they're flop. So they wouldn't be on the list either. But the point of the matter is, because the bots got removed, Cardi B was at least top 5 prior to this. But now that has gotten removed. She's not in the top 10's list. And for what I've been hearing, she's kind of annoyed and pissed off about this because, she's supposed to be dropping an album. It's not a good time for bots to be getting removed from her streams. She's a little bit worried that her label is sabotaging her. Okay? Now, I don't think Cardi B is being sabotaged. I think the truth always comes out. Okay? What is hidden in the dark always comes to light. And I think that Payola 5 had to remove the bots because iHeart, if you didn't know, iHeart Media is getting investigated. Okay? For Payola. It doesn't really necessarily have to do with the Kung Fu Kenny and Champagne Thickums lawsuit, because iHeart already was removed from that and they didn't have to give Champagne Thickums no money. But, I think that they want to dot their I's and cross their T's. Payola 5, they want to do that because they don't want to be next to get investigated. So they got to remove the bots. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to give Cardi B and her 23 other faces donkey of the day. It's inexcusable for you to be using bots. Okay, I don't care if you got one album. We don't care. It's inexcusable for you to be using bots. Lauryn Hill never had to do that. Lauryn Hill had one album, it went diamond, and all her sales were organic. And I'm not comparing you to Lauryn Hill because you don't have the talent. But if we're talking about, she had one album and that's probably why the bots, were there, that's inexcusable. Put out another album and let the success be organic. Now, moving on from that, Doja Cat went on Instagram and she obviously has seen and heard the fans clowning her singing ability at the Oscars, okay? She admitted that it wasn't her best performance. I give Doja Cat 10s for taking accountability. She said, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people did, and I feel good that I pushed myself. I didn't see any pushing when it comes to your vocal ability. I didn't see you push yourself. But she also said, I put a lot of work into it, but the nerves got the best of me and a B word hit some flats, okay? So she said she was nervous and that's why her vocals weren't as great as they should have or could have been at the Oscars. And I will give Doja Cat her 10s for taking accountability. I'm proud that she was able to acknowledge it. Some people, when they put on a bad performance, they don't want to acknowledge that the performance was trash, i.e. Sweetie. Remember when Sweetie would be performing all around the world, putting out a trash performance, barely rapping on the mic, and then she would get upset and, call people broke or, go off on the fans on social media because people didn't like her performance. I remember Sweetie used to do that. So I praise Doja Cat for taking accountability. And to be honest with you, I think that next time she'll put on a better performance. Now, moving on to the Walmart Beyonce and Queen Bee exclusive. Now, as we know, Burna Boy got exposed for seeing other women while he was seeing Walmart Beyonce. It was exposed that basically he promised a girl a Lamborghini if she slept with him. She never got the Lamborghini, and the girl feels some type of way about it, basically aired him out publicly. Walmart Yonsei unfollowed Burna Boy on Instagram. Okay, now if you guys remember, I put out my exclusive. This was last week before the whole mess happened. That Queen B was not happy with Burna Boy and Walmart Yonsei's relationship. Feels like Walmart Yonsei needs to focus more on her career. Okay, and a lot of y'all were saying, well, she don't push her anyway. Well, this could be one of the reasons why she don't, because a lot of times Walmart Yonsei, she's more known, and Halle Bailey, for their relationships and drama than their music. No shade. Like, let's talk about it. You know, it was Diggy, the rumors with Diggy Simmons, the Memphis Debate, Gunna Wanna situation, Burna Boy. You're more known for your relationships than the music. But I'm also hearing that Queen B has reached out to Walmart Yonsei and told her to let that relationship go. Okay, because she wants, Walmart Yonsei to, be with like a Michael B. Jordan, a Damson Idris. She wants what Tiana Taylor and Aaron Pierre are doing. She wants that for Walmart Yonsei and Holly. She wants them to get with somebody that can help with her image, especially considering that a lot of people are not supporting Chloe musically. They feel like she's over-sexualized in her music. So Queen B is hoping that Chloe, whether it's PR or not, can get with somebody that can help elevate her career. And I feel like Burna Boy was trying to use Chloe for PR. I felt like that's one of the reasons why he got with Chloe was for PR, because he always had a camera crew around. I mean, every time they hung out, it was a camera. So I think he definitely was trying to use Walmart Yonsei for PR. Now, is Halle Bailey doing PR too? She posted up with the guy who was in The Little Mermaid with her, the prince. Jonah, he was at the Oscar after party with Halle Bailey. She posted him, and a lot of people think that, they possibly could be something. I thought he had a girlfriend. Maybe they broke up. Hollywood is weird. Even if you got a spouse, they always cheat or hook up with their castmates. And I think Holly and Jonah would be a cute couple, but I think he might be a little bit too boring for her. I think she likes the hood rats. Okay, like doodle garbage. So, I don't think that she really would see him like that. I think it would strictly be for PR. I think she likes the hood boogers, like doodle garbage. That's the type of man that she likes. Now, moving on from that, Megan Thee Stallion, I'm hearing, is looking for Kung Fu Kenny. Okay, she wants to be taken more seriously as a lyricist. Kung Fu Kenny is already a lyricist. A lot of people have been asking for them to collaborate, and I'm hearing that Camel Face will reach out to Kung Fu Kenny to see if he would do a record with Megan Thee Stallion. I would pass on that. I would definitely look at Kung Fu Kenny sideways if he worked with Megan. You only got a few choices, okay? Nicki Minaj is out because of her ties to Champagne Thickums. But Doechii and Doja Cat. That's it. There are the only two. Nobody else makes sense, okay? Even Doja Cat don't really make sense because, no shade, you called Champagne Thickums a colonizer because he mixed. No shade. Doja Cat would be considered a colonizer to some people. I don't think she is. But, to some people, she would be considered a colonizer. I don't think Champagne Thickums is a colonizer either. But I also don't think it makes logical sense to work with Botch and Bitter or Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? Because Megan, she's not a colonizer, but she's not lyrical. And she just talk about sex all the time. It just wouldn't make sense talent-wise. Talent-wise, she's not on Kung Fu Kenny's level. Doechii, she getting there though. And that's TDE, so it makes sense. Now, let's talk about Tyla. Tyla put out a music video with Sean Paul for the Push to Start remix. And she was channeling her inner Riri. That was so nostalgic. I actually liked the music video more than I actually liked the record. Because I didn't really think Push to Start needed a remix. But she was channeling her inner Riri. It was giving Rude Boy. Okay? That's what it was giving, low-key. It felt like a Rude Boy type of music video. And she had like 4 different looks. She looked phenomenal. So did Sean Paul. And I honestly feel like they put out the remix so late, nobody really cares. But I actually respect how she is bringing back the early 2000 vibes. Now, is she copying Rihanna and Queen Bee? Of course. But Rihanna and Queen Bee copied artists too. Rihanna used to copy Aaliyah and Queen Bee. She definitely got her aesthetic from Aaliyah. No shade. Completely 100%. When she used to dress like a tomboy. But the point of the matter is, Tyla, I feel like Tyla's paying homage. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Rihanna really messed with Tyla like that. Because she copies her too much. I don't think any artist, if you copy them so much to a T, they're never going to fully embrace you. Okay, this is why Queen Bee don't fully embrace Walmart Beyonce. If you copy somebody too much to a T, they're not going to fully embrace you. So I think that Rihanna, she's never going to really fully embrace Tyla unless the industry makes her. Just like, you know, the industry made Mariah Carey embrace Queen Ari. Mariah Carey used to sneak this and shade Queen Ari all the time until she was forced to, you know, bury the hatchet. So let me know how y'all feel about the music video. I thought it was a really good music video. I liked the music video more than I liked the song. I watched the music video on mute. Now moving on to Doechii. Doechii re-released her song Anxiety, which really came out in 2020. But she re-released it. It samples Somebody I Used to Know, which is an iconic song. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the song is fire. I didn't even know Doechii really had it in her like that. I knew she could sing, but she really was killing it on this song. Okay, so we got to give Doechii her 10s. You know, I'm excited for the album. I think that her album could at least do like 70,000 first week. I think she can do 70,000 first week. I think that, you know, if she come with a fire hit single, possibly a Doja Cat or a SZA collaboration for the first single, she's definitely selling 70 or 80K first week, which would be decent for Doechii because the other girls can't even do that. Gorilla Glue only did 69,000, Scratch Off 29,000. So, you know, her selling 70,000, that's pretty decent. Now, moving on from that, Lisa's alter ego is aiming for a number 6 debut on the Billboard 200 album chart with 62,000 units sold first week. Now, let me know in the comments, is this a bop and flop? I think that it's a flop, okay? You had all them damn collaborations. You put out a high-budget music video for that song you got with Ray and Doja Cat. There was playlisting and radio for that record, and this is the best you can do, and you just put out a whole album featuring Tyla, Megan, Future. Like, this is unexcusable, okay? I don't care if it's your debut album or not. This is a flippity flop, okay? No shade. I mean, you would think she could at least do 80 with all them damn collaborations. Okay, so I can see Rose low-key outselling her. I wouldn't be shocked if Rose outsell you low-key, because 62,000, that's a chop. Now, moving on from that, it looks like Kung Fu Kenny will be heading back to number 1 on the album 200 chart. Okay, selling allegedly 92,000. Champagne Thickums and Party Next Door will be at number 2. Tate Murray will be at number 3. SZA at number 4. Sabrina Carpenter at number 5. Lisa at 6. Bad Bunny at 7. Ronald McDonald at number 9. And The Weeknd at number 10. Wow. Kung Fu Kenny going number 1 again is kind of insane. Like, y'all claim y'all didn't like GNX, but I can't really tell. I definitely can't tell. Now, of course, I've been streaming the album, but a lot of people claim they didn't like the album. Okay, so I'm shocked that it's going number 1. Now, I'm not shocked of Luther being number 1 because that's a popular song. Luther, Squabble Up, Peekaboo, Hey Now, those are popular songs on the album. But the whole album going number 1, and he don't have to put out 25 different versions of one album like the CHŁ0E, that's kind of insane. Now, it has been reported that Champagne Thickums received proof that iHeart did nothing wrong and agreed to drop the petition against iHeart, but he still has the lawsuit going against Universal. And he did say that he believes that iHeart is in fact using payola, even though he doesn't have any reliable information on that or receipts on it. But because iHeart is getting investigated by the FCC, he continues to double down and say that he believes that they were giving Not Like Us payola. Now, me personally, I think that this lawsuit is a waste of time, that Champagne Thickums should have just went on hiatus and people would have forgotten about the song by now. If he had just went on hiatus, I feel like in a sense he's giving Not Like Us more life, and that is why you see award shows, they're now dissing Champagne Thickums, mentioning Not Like Us and Kendrick Lamar, because he's giving it life. If he had just ignored the song and went on hiatus and came back with a fire album, he probably would have sold more than 246 with that album he did with Party Next Door. That's all he did was 246,000. And to be quite honest, that wasn't bad. I mean, it still went number 1, but I feel like he probably could have done 400,000 if he went on hiatus. Okay. So I feel like he's making the record bigger by doing all of this, because, Not Like Us going back to number 1, Not Like Us, even after the Super Bowl, should have never went back to number 1. I like Not Like Us, but it really should have been, Luther, Peekaboo, and Luther is number 1, but it didn't go number 1 right after the Super Bowl. That was a few weeks after the Super Bowl. So I just feel like he's giving it more life, and that's why people are now clowning him at award shows. You gotta sometimes paint things dust, even if it upsets you. Y'all can say, oh, well, calling somebody a pedo is a serious accusation. But Universal didn't call him a pedo. He's not suing Kendrick. He's suing Universal. Universal did not call him a pedo. Okay, and he's not even really suing because of the pedo allegations. He's suing really because of payola. That's why he put iHeart and Spotify into the lawsuit. So at the end of the day, he could have paid a dust and came back with a really fire solo album.